It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both. Machiavelli said that, and it still cuts like a blade. Look around. Everyone today wants to be liked. They post smiles on Instagram. They reply in seconds. They bend themselves into whatever shape is demanded. But here's the dark truth. The world rarely remembers the one who is always there. It remembers the one who knows how to disappear. The one who leaves silence louder than presence. This is the invisible law of value. You are not valued for how much you give. You are valued for how much you control, for how difficult it is to own you, predict you, replace you. Every office, every relationship, every group of friends, there's always one person who is always there, always eager, always ready to help, always predictable. And what happens? They fade into the background, taken for granted. Predictability breeds dependence, but not respect. Now contrast that with the executive who speaks rarely, the friend who doesn't post every detail, the colleague who waits then delivers with precision. Their scarcity elevates them. Their silence makes words heavier. Their distance makes approval intoxicating. If you cost nothing, you are worth nothing. Look at influencers. Millions post endless selfies, stories, rants, dances, cheap attention, cheap dopamine. Who gets remembered? Not the ones who scream the loudest, the ones who vanish, then strike. Think of Beyoncé. She doesn't post nonsense every day. She disappears. Then she drops an album out of nowhere, and the internet explodes. That's the power of controlled silence. Scarcity turns noise into shockwaves. Machiavelli knew this centuries ago. Power is perception. Perception is built not on what you reveal, but on what you hide. Picture this. One employee says yes to everything. They answer emails instantly. They're always available. Another, the executive. Their time is a fortress. You wait for their approval. Their calendar is a battlefield. Who's respected? Who's chased? Who shapes the frame of every interaction? Not the eager employee, the executive. Because availability is cheap, scarcity is currency. Psychology proves it. Humans crave certainty, but obsess over uncertainty. If you give everything away, your time, your thoughts, your emotions, you remove the tension. The mystery dies. But if you hold back, if you reveal in fragments, people lean in. They chase the missing pieces. Think of dating. The one who texts constantly, predictable, forgotten. The one who replies slowly, selective, suddenly magnetic. It's not love that makes people chase. It's the fear of losing access to it. Scarcity is about more than time. It's about mystery. Mystery is a price tag on your presence. The less people know, the more they imagine. And what they imagine often flatters you. Celebrities know this. Keanu Reeves, Rihanna, they step out rarely. When they do, the world watches. Meanwhile, those who chase daily exposure, forgotten. So reveal strategically, hold back, let people wonder, let them construct their own version of you. Machiavelli wrote, "A ruler must appear merciful, faithful, humane, religious, upright, but be ready to be the opposite. Appearance is governance, and governance is control. Frame control starts before you speak, when you walk in, whether you keep people waiting, how you pause before answering. These small choices shape perception, and perception becomes reality." When was the last time you made yourself scarce? In friendships, stop being the one who always calls first. In dating, don't flood with attention, ration it. In work, stop replying instantly. Let them feel the weight of your yes. Scarcity isn't cruelty. Scarcity is discipline. It's the shield that protects your value. This is the first layer of Machiavelli's invisible law. You are valued by what others cannot easily have. Control access, shape perception, control the game. Remember, if you don't learn to withdraw, you will always be consumed. Before we move on, subscribe to Ruthless Psychology. This is for those who want clarity over illusion, power over pretense. Now think carefully. When was the last time you gave too much? And what would happen if you stopped? Scarcity has always been currency. In the past, kings rationed grain. Today, billionaires ration attention. What is scarce is valuable. What is abundant is ignored. Machiavelli warned rulers not to be too familiar with their subjects. Familiarity breeds contempt. And the same rule applies to you. Too much access kills value. In 1985, Steve Jobs was exiled from Apple. Many believed he was replaceable, a visionary too reckless to control. But once he was gone, Apple stumbled. Innovation died. Identity blurred. The company collapsed into near irrelevance. Jobs' absence revealed his value, and when he returned in 1997, he didn't waste himself on daily appearances. He rationed his presence. One keynote, one spotlight, one black turtleneck. Each appearance became ritual, sacred. Scarcity transformed him into legend. Sometimes, leaving the stage makes you more powerful than staying on it. Scarcity isn't just physical, it's verbal. Warren Buffett is one of the richest men alive, but he doesn't flood the media. He doesn't chase the spotlight. Once a year, he releases a shareholder letter, and the world stops. Investors read it like scripture. He could tweet daily. He could give interviews every week, but that would cheapen his wisdom. Instead, he engineered scarcity. By speaking less, he made his words priceless. Remember this, if your voice is everywhere, it's nowhere. Scarcity drives desire. Think of the partner who texts nonstop, always available, always waiting. What happens? They become predictable. Their attention loses its shine. Now think of the one who replies selectively, the one who disappears for a while, the one whose attention feels like a privilege. That distance creates obsession. Scarcity turns affection into something people will chase. Even dating apps prove it. Swipe culture offers abundance, profiles everywhere, instant matches. And what happens? People get bored. But the person who delays, who chooses carefully, becomes unforgettable. In your own life, do you have a friend who's always online, always replying instantly, always ready to meet? Do you value their time? Probably not. Because you know they'll always be there. Now think of the friend who's harder to reach. When they call, you pay attention. When they show up, you make time. Why? Because scarcity makes presence valuable. Stop giving yourself away like a free sample. Scarcity must be deliberate, not random. Disappear without reason, and people get frustrated. Withdraw at the right moment, and you become magnetic. Leave the party while they still want more. End the conversation at its peak. Step back after a win, not after decline. This way, the memory you leave is of excellence, not exhaustion. Even at work, engineer scarcity. Don't attend every meeting. Attend the ones that matter. Don't flood your boss with updates. Deliver fewer, stronger reports. Scarcity creates contrast, and contrast makes value visible. Scarcity is enforced through boundaries. Say yes to everything, and you dilute yourself. Say no strategically, and you elevate yourself. Buffett once said, "The difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything. Each no raises the value of your yes. Each refusal builds the wall of scarcity. Scarcity isn't just external, it gives you inner leverage. When you're willing to step back, when you can walk away, you can't be held hostage. People can't guilt you, they can't trap you, because you control your access, and control is power. Scarcity isn't arrogance, it's discipline. Jobs rationed his presence. Buffett rationed his words. Scarcity makes lovers chase. Scarcity makes friends respect. Where are you giving too much? Where could you pull back? Try it. Make yourself just a little harder to reach. Because when you become scarce, you don't just gain attention, you gain control. Predictability feels safe, but safety makes you weak. If they know your next move, they can block it. If they know your routines, they can trap you. Machiavelli warned, never let your intentions be fully seen. Unpredictability isn't chaos. It's a weapon. It forces others to waste energy guessing. Look at Elon Musk. Critics call him erratic. Machiavelli would call him strategic. One week, he tweets a meme, and crypto markets swing. The next, he announces he's buying Twitter. Then he backs out. Then he buys it anyway. Love him or hate him, you can't ignore him. Governments, competitors, journalists, all forced to watch because he might change the game overnight. That's leverage. That's Machiavellian unpredictability. Now consider Jeff Bezos. Not loud, not chaotic, but just as dangerous. Amazon never telegraphed its next move. No roadmaps, no leaks. Suddenly, Kindle. Suddenly, Prime. Suddenly, AWS. Entire industries blindsided overnight. Bezos understood. Predictability is a gift you hand to rivals. Silence is protection. Surprise is domination. In offices, people get typed. The quiet one, the dependable one, the pushover. Once typed, you're trapped. They use you like a tool, but unpredictability disrupts the box. Imagine a calm manager, always patient. Then one day, they end a meeting in 10 minutes. Sudden, decisive, sharp. Everyone notices. The perception shifts. This person isn't just calm, they're dangerous when needed. That's power, breaking the pattern. Unpredictability rules attraction. The one who always replies instantly? Predictable, forgettable. But the one who replies slowly, who sometimes cancels, who keeps you guessing? Magnetic. It's not games, it's refusing to be predictable. Predictability is comfort. Unpredictability is excitement. And excitement is what makes people obsessed. Humans crave patterns, but when patterns break, the brain scrambles. If you act outside expectation, people search for meaning. Why did they do that? What are they planning? What do they know that I don't? This is where unpredictability becomes magnetic. Your deviation creates curiosity. Curiosity creates attention. Attention creates power.
Unpredictability doesn't mean recklessness. It means controlled randomness. Small breaks in pattern keep people alert. If you reply instantly, start replying once a day. If you always open meetings the same way, change it. If you always take the same path, alter it occasionally. These small shifts make people recalibrate. They stop assuming. They start paying attention. Predictability is submission. It makes you a machine, and machines are replaceable. When you're predictable, others can script your role. They can use you without fear.
They can plan their lives around your obedience. Unpredictability breaks the script. It makes people cautious. It makes them respect you. It buys you leverage. Where are you predictable? Do people know you'll always say yes? Do they know you'll never leave? Do they know you'll always pick up, always forgive, always give in? If yes, you are predictable. And if you are predictable, you are controlled. Break one pattern this week. Delay one response. Change one routine. Withdraw from one expectation. Watch how people react. Watch how they think about you more. That thought is your leverage. Unpredictability is not chaos. Chaos destroys trust. Unpredictability is strategy. It multiplies respect. It forces caution. It commands attention. Musk thrives on chaos. Bezos thrives on silence. You don't need to be them, but you must learn their law. The more predictable you are, the easier you are to control. The less predictable you are, the more you control others. Are you writing your own script, or are others writing it for you? Machiavelli wrote, "A prince must appear merciful, faithful, humane, religious, upright. But be ready to act the opposite when needed." Why? Because people judge by appearances, not truth. And since they judge by appearances, appearances become weapons. Perception is not an accident. It's a fortress. One you design, brick by brick. World War II. Britain was burning. German bombers raining fire, supplies thin, survival uncertain. But Winston Churchill built a fortress of perception. The bulldog stance, the cigar, the hat, and above all, the words, "We shall never surrender." Britain was vulnerable, but Churchill's mask of iron will keep millions standing, his mask stronger than bombs. His fortress unbreakable. Now shift to modern culture. Kim Kardashian, not a general, not a president, but she mastered perception. She turned scandal into empire. She crafted resilience, glamour, untouchable fame. Every photo, every appearance, every interview, sculpted to reinforce one thing: influence. The reality may be messy, but perception is the fortress. And that fortress made her billions. People mock her, but they can't deny her power. Politics is perception. In 2008, Barack Obama ran not on policy, but on branding. On one word, hope. The reality was complex, uncertain, messy, but the image of optimism, the mask of unity, the fortress of vision, carried him to the presidency. Machiavelli warned, "It is more important to seem virtuous than to be virtuous." People cannot see truth. They see theater. Look at Apple stores, bright white light, glass walls, clean surfaces. They aren't shops, they're temples. Do the devices work better because of the glass? No, but the perception transforms them. People feel they're buying not just tech, but identity. Apple turned retail into theater, and theater sells billions. You don't need to rule a nation. You don't need a billion-dollar company. You need selective revelation. Show what reinforces your image. Hide what weakens it. If you want competence, don't broadcast every doubt. If you want discipline, curate the moments people see you work. This isn't deception, it's emphasis. It's choosing what becomes your myth. Oversharing destroys fortresses. Every detail online weakens your walls. Every doubt posted in raw form lowers your value. The less people know, the more they imagine, and imagination often flatters you. So ask yourself, what version of you are you broadcasting? And is that version helping or hurting? Fortresses need upkeep. Want to be seen as disciplined? Start meetings on time, every time. Want to be seen as generous? Make public appreciation rituals. Want to be seen as calm? Control your tone in conflict. Reputation is built in small bricks. Repeated acts. Daily rituals. Each brick strengthens the fortress. Even in a simple job interview, perception wins. The candidate who projects confidence, who shapes their story, who controls the frame, will outperform someone equally skilled but unpolished. Companies don't hire truth, they hire perception. And once you're inside, that perception shields you. Mistakes forgiven, wins amplified, because they fit the story already built. Do you agree with Machiavelli? Is it more important to seem good than to be good, or does modern society punish masks? Drop your answer in the comments. Perception is not a mask you wear once, it's armor you maintain. Churchill built one with words, Kim Kardashian with branding, Obama with hope, Apple with glass and light. You must build your own. Control what people see, and you control how they treat you. Remember this, people rarely see truth. They see theater. So build the stage. Scarcity makes you valuable. Unpredictability makes you respected. Perception shields you. But detachment makes you untouchable. Machiavelli warned, dependence is weakness. If you cannot leave, you are trapped. If you can walk away, you are free. 326 BC, Alexander the Great stands at the Hyphasis River. His men are exhausted. They refuse to march deeper into India. He could force them, risk mutiny, risk decline. Instead, he turns back. Campaign over, but undefeated. He ends not in collapse, but in legend. His enemies never saw him fall. His men remembered him invincible. Detachment preserved his myth. Sometimes, leaving is the most powerful move of all. Modern business, Jeff Bezos. In 2021, he shocked the world. He stepped down as CEO of Amazon, not forced out, not failing. Amazon was stronger than ever, so why leave? Because he understood Machiavelli's law. Exit on your terms, not on decline's terms. Bezos detached and freed himself. Now he plays with rockets. Philanthropy, global influence. If he had clung too long, his legend would fade. But by walking away at the peak, he kept control of his story. Sports proves it too. Kobe Bryant could have dragged on. Instead, he chose his exit. Final game, 60 points, a roar that shook the arena, and then he was gone. Fans don't remember decline, they remember fire. They remember the myth. Detachment gave him immortality. Leave when they want more, not when they've had enough. Detachment isn't just for kings and icons. It's the ultimate leverage in love. The one who cannot leave loses power. The one who tolerates disrespect loses respect. But the one who can walk away, they set the terms. Detachment isn't coldness, it's discipline. It's refusing to chain your worth to someone else's approval. Love deeply, but never lose yourself. In work, detachment is negotiation. If you cannot walk away, your boss owns you. If you have options, if you have skills in demand, you negotiate from strength. In friendships, detachment prevents manipulation. The friend who guilts you loses power when you can calmly detach. The one who demands obedience has no leverage when you don't need their approval. Detachment protects you. Detachment isn't magic, it's built. 1. Build alternatives. Never let one job, one person, one source of income own you. 2. Invest in yourself. Skills, knowledge, health, assets no one can strip away. 3. Set boundaries. Say no without apology. Each no strengthens your detachment. 4. Practice small exits. Don't cling to every argument. Don't cling to every invitation. Walk away often, so you can walk away when it matters. Detachment is a muscle. Train it. The less you cling, the more they cling to you. When people see you don't need them, they often need you more. Detachment creates gravity. It signals independence. And independence is magnetic. Look at the most respected figures. They never appear desperate. They never beg. They could leave. And because they could leave, people fight to keep them. What could you walk away from today? And what chains still trap you out of fear? Write it down. Name it. That's where your power begins. Scarcity makes you valuable. Unpredictability keeps people cautious. Perception builds your fortress, but detachment makes you invincible. Jobs rationed his presence. Buffett rationed his words. Musk thrives on chaos. Bezos walked away at his peak. Kobe exited on fire. Alexander turned back undefeated. And you? Will you cling until decline robs you of dignity? Or will you master the art of exit? The ultimate Machiavellian law is this: you are free the moment you no longer need to stay. This channel is for those who dare to see the world as it is, not as they wish it to be. Subscribe to Ruthless Psychology. Now tell me, is detachment strength or ruthlessness? Because in the end, the only question that matters is this: if you had to, could you walk away right now?